Hello, it's your boy DJ, and today I want to discuss how do we just actually know what to repurpose. Truth be told, I'm still attempting to figure that one out myself. I was originally going at it just randomly, and then I started to tap into AI to assist me a little bit with figuring out what to put where and when to put it. The beauty of one of the tools that I use is Descript, and one of the things that happens the moment that you clean up the things that you don't want, whether it's the filler words or whatever, you have the option to break it down into clips. And then as you break it down into clips, you can tell it what your message that you're intending to get out is, so it can look among your passage or your video, and then really hone in onto the clips that kind of help solidify that message. Typically, I like to take my 5+ minute video and then dive down into the clips, let that do its thing, circulate those to attempt to gain some more traction and some more visibility, because I really am running an experiment. If you actually have something that you want to create and something that you want to be known for, are you then able to really hone in and lock in on that message? And because the things that you're repurposing or the things that you're creating from that all stem from the same message, that technically makes your message congruent and coherent. So then does that equal more topical authority in pointing people back to you for a topic? Because I've seen countless spaces. I'm not going to say I've been everywhere. I'm attempting to be, though. I've seen countless spaces where people are really putting out their best effort to put the content anywhere and everywhere out there on the internet. And the thing is, in the rat race to get seen in the algorithm, they're attempting to hack the hashtags, hack the tags, hack the time that you need to be able to put it on the internet, hack the delivery schedule, and it just seems so damn exhausting. I am a firm believer that systems create the legacy, because eventually you want to get to a space where you don't gotta do the things all the time for everything, because that's just asking you to burn out, and don't believe that that is sustainable at all. I've seen a plethora of coaches, entrepreneurs, and speakers literally quit and do something else because the demand of energy took away from their personal, family, and professional fulfillment. So they walked away and chose a different career when they had a message. So I'm just curious, and this is my experiment, and I invite you to come do it with me. When you say what you actually want to say, and you do it from that energy, and you actually you don't really shape shift and put on a different mask for this crowd and perform differently from that crowd and show half of you and compartmentalize this and that. If you just put you out there and you blast it out there, will you gain enough traction to get people to come into your orbit organically? Because I don't know about you, okay? I don't want to pay a bunch of money to Facebook to tell them to come bring you to me to do what? Or pay the money to Pinterest or any other platforms, right, that bring you people, but is it bringing the right people? So what message are you crafting? And then from that, do you have a system in which you could take those clips and distribute them to other platforms to see if you can create engagement? And then I like to just pick a time where I go in and I see if anybody's responded. And if they have responded, create some engagement and just do the back and forth. This is where we're starting at. And we're just going to document the process as it unfolds. So not an expert in it. I just have an idea that's a little different than everybody else has been doing it, and I want to see what the results are in real time. So I take these, I chop them up into clips. I have a highlight reel that is essentially a a broad overview of this video without being a word for word recopy, then I put those out. And those are my repurposed clips. And that provides me content, written, social, text overlays. You know, it's a wide gambit of content for most of the platforms. And I'm going to just continue to just consistently show up and see what the results are if you just push your message, your actual message, and get it into the world. Because I really do believe in legacy building systems. I really do believe that there are sparks of ideas that come to us individually that need to be ignited so we can set the world ablaze. And if you can use AI to go ahead and create an omnipresent system so that you can be everywhere you want to be at the same time you're everywhere you need to be, that is, to me, continued legacy. That is the epitome of utilizing the social media platforms to increase visibility, enhance your message, to create an entry point for people to come speak to you wherever it is they might be at in their journey. And so instead of being the expert, instead of having to perform this unwavering confidence, I'm finna come from a place of authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am building this experiment out in real time. Will things change and will they adjust? Absolutely. Will I keep it 100 on, what the trials and tribulations, the struggles and the successes and the triumphs are? Absolutely. Because I'm really dedicated to continuing to help people spread the message of what they desire to be known for and what impact they're looking to create. And to do that, repurposed content has to fulfill that, because to create new content over and over and over again, you're not gonna make it through that gauntlet. There is just too much of life to be stuck living behind a camera when you could task that and batch that. So it is my pleasure to let you know how this repurposing system that I got going on is going. And I will continue to keep you updated. At the end of the quarter, I'm gonna go ahead and post, what I grew from, how I work, what I would do differently, and we'll just continue to see how that goes. So it has been my pleasure, and as always, I will see you soon.